My name's Keaton Ellis.
Elijah Brown.
My name is Chris Martin.
Mitchell Lane.
And 6 minutes with a delegate. Hi, my name is Chris Martin, and I'm a delegate from Northern California. When I was still in elementary school, I had a Rubik's Cube, like a lot of other kids my age. My mom was ready to throw it away, and for some reason, I did not want her to do that. I just grabbed it, took it to my room, started messing with it, and I learned how to solve it. Eventually, I got faster and faster. I learned about competitions, and I went to my first competition, and then I went to another, and fast forward 12 years later, now I'm a delegate. If I were to pick a favorite event, I'd probably pick Clock because it was the first event that I podiumed in, so it's always had a special place in my heart. But an event that I really enjoy as well is Pyramids because it's so approachable. It was one of the first puzzles that I learned to solve on my own. It was the first event that I ever officially competed in at a competition, and it was one of the first events that made me learn more methods outside of just learn it to solve it once and keep solving it that way. One of my favorite memories that I've had in cubing was the first time that I ever got to fly to a competition. When I was living on my own, often in college, just in a new city by myself, my mom surprised me with round-trip tickets to Alaska. I had never flown before, but she got me to the first ever competition in Alaska. The first time flying out on that plane and just seeing the world below me get smaller and smaller, and just the idea of being able to go to another state, somewhere that I've never in my life dreamed of going to, was just absolutely memorable. And I am very grateful for that experience because I've been able to fly a lot more to more competitions because of that. As of right now, I have competed in 23 different states and 4 other countries outside the US. Every single region that I've been to has its own unique cubing subculture. Different ages, different lingo, different events that every region likes to try hard for. Just the different kinds of solving metas that people do for different events. You go to different regions like the Southeast or New England or even Hawaii or Canada or Mexico, they all solve cubes differently than what we're used to in our own region. Everyone has their own unique cubing story, and combine that with their own region, each region is unique, and I really appreciate that. I have been organizing competitions since 2014. When I became a delegate in 2020, I had already organized about 10 or so competitions under my belt, but I had staffed for 6 years prior to that. So I had all that extensive knowledge of how competitions run behind the scenes. So luckily, my local delegates were nice enough to me to promote me as one of the first rounds of trainee delegate.
What is your favorite part of being a cuber?
Growing up, my parents always tried to put me into those different subgroups of, youth sports and after-school clubs, and I could never really fit. I found cubing on my own, and I found competitions on my own. I found YouTube cubing on my own, and I kept with it because it was something that I found and I enjoyed. Going to these competitions is a huge social event for me. Not just the competing, but being able to talk with other competitors, talk with parents, talk with delegates, talk with other people within the WCA, going to new cities, going to new regions and talking with people, finding out what makes them tick, exploring the cities that I go into where these competitions are being held. There is something very special about walking into a room that I've never been in for the first time and seeing so many people who have been competing for 10 to 15 years or just started competing even a couple months before that competition, being able to be in that room with all that energy, all that knowledge, and just geek out in the best possible way, that really makes going to competitions worth it for me. If you've gotten into cubing, either recently or way in the past, you are in a subculture that is very unique in its own special way. I cannot think of any other hobby or group that I've been a part of that has that special combination of camaraderie, of tackling your brain, making your brain work, and just that little bit of geeking out and competitiveness. Cubing has left a huge impact on my life, and everyone who has started out with it, you're in really good hands. Thanks for watching. This has been 6 Minutes with the Delegate.
We're good. It's a wrap. Let's go, baby.
Pepsi, sponsor us, please.